Good evening, friends. I'm grateful for this time we share each Wednesday evening. I refer to this time as thoughts along the way, and the things that I share with you are thoughts that I've had along this journey of life and faith that we travel together. Recently, I've explored some thoughts about memory and forgetfulness. The inspiration for these thoughts may have risen from the fact that there are times when I have difficulty recalling people's names. I find that embarrassing. I can see the person in my mind. I can describe the person to you. I can tell you things about them. I can even tell you why I want to tell you about them. But I can't call their names from the depths of my memory. Lots of folks, as they get older, struggle with forgetfulness. Sometimes we forget rather small things. We forget where we placed our car keys. We forget we should have pulled the garbage can out to the road on Tuesday evening for Wednesday's pickup. Sometimes we forget more important things. We forget to take our daily medications at the right time. We forget to keep an appointment that we made with some professional. But this is not the type of forgetfulness I have been exploring. No, I have been contemplating forgetfulness as it relates to memory. One of the amazing things about human beings is that we can remember the past. Sometimes we remember the past so vividly that it is almost like a videotape playing in our minds. At other times, our memories of the past are not quite so clear, but what we do remember is how we interpreted what happened to us at that particular time. Sometimes there are memories we want to hold on to. There are good memories, warm memories, memories of good times with people we love that we savor over and over and over again. They're good things to remember. Sometimes we transform these memories into nostalgia. The past was so wonderful. Everything was so perfect. Life could not have been better. And we think that we want to return to the past. And we wonder why things just can't remain as they were. And this type of memory, this nostalgia, can get us into trouble. Yearning for the past, we miss the present. Thinking about the past, that the past was as good as it gets, we don't turn to look into the future with hopefulness. Our memories of the past can be hurtful. Memories of events in which we were ignored or wounded, betrayed or abused. These memories won't go away. We keep living them over and over again. We keep picking at our wounds and they just won't heal. We can't embrace the gifts offered to us by people in the present because we're tied up by what happened to us in the past and our mistrust of people from our past. There are certainly memories of the past we should hold on to. Memories that remind us of the wonder of life. Memories that fill our hearts with hope. Memories of times when we persevered through difficult times and we learned about ourselves and our character was forged. These memories call us to engage in the present and lean into the unknown of the future with hopefulness. Yet sometimes intermingled with these good memories are bad memories that attempt to suffocate the good memories. and these are the memories we should forget. I think we might do well to nurture a spiritual discipline I call forgetfulness. Through the discipline of forgetfulness, we let go of those toxic memories. We stop playing those hurtful events over and over and over again in our minds. We let go of memories that get in the way of living in the present. We refuse to carry memories of the past in which we were wounded into the future. We choose to leave them behind, to forget. For this reason, I have chosen our word for this evening to be forgetfulness. Forgetfulness. It may sound like a strange word given all of the other words we've picked up along the way and thrown into our backpack to provide guidance for us on the journey of life and faith. Yes, I am aware of how difficult it is to forget, especially painful events. I've often said, as long as human beings are smarter than elephants, we won't forget. And I accept that we can't completely erase our memories. They are stored deep down inside of us, and all kinds of things can awaken them even when we think we have put them to bed forever. A word, a smell, a dream, an unpleasant encounter, a dark night can resurrect these toxic memories, and they threaten to take us hostage again. I acknowledge we may not be able to completely forget, but I do believe we can remove some of the toxic feelings and the wounded thoughts from our memories through the discipline of forgetfulness. We can let go of toxic thoughts and wounded feelings. It's not easy, but we can learn to step over those toxic memories so we may live in the present. We step over those painful emotions of the past so that they won't color our experience of the present. We step over them so that we may be open to new possibilities in the future. We step over them until we get enough distance from them that they lose much of their power over us. Because the discipline of forgetfulness has the power to prepare us to lean into the future with hopefulness. For this discipline of forgetfulness, I chose some words of Isaiah for this evening. Isaiah wrote these words to the Hebrews living in captivity in Babylon. At one time, they were the best and the brightest of Judah, the politicians, the religious leaders, the musicians, the craftspeople, the tradesmen, the wealthy and the powerful. But once Jerusalem fell, once the Babylonians were victorious, these people, these important people, were marched off into captivity in Babylon, a strange land. And their last memories of their holy city of Jerusalem were tragic and frightening. The walls of the holy city turned down, flames leaping through Solomon's beautiful temple. They had vivid memories of the siege, of the dead lying in the streets, and the cruelty of their victors. They may have sought to comfort themselves with memories of God's mighty acts in the past, when God had led them out of Egypt, parted the sea for them, fed them manna from heaven, and led them into a promised land, a land of milk and honey, a land where they lived in houses they did not build and drank wine from vineyards they did not plant. They may have sought to deal with toxic and hurtful memories by retreating into nostalgia, yearning for the good old days, and trying to forget their stubbornness of the past and their suffering. Yet Isaiah says to them, "Do not remember the former things, or consider the things of old. I am about to do a new thing. Now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it?" This is the discipline of forgetfulness. This is stepping over painful memories to awaken to the present. God says to these people in a strange land, far from home, despairing and broken, I am about to do something new. It's happening as Isaiah speaks to you. Don't you see it? Well, when we are fixated on the past or lost in nostalgia, no, we are not present in the moment to witness the new thing that God is doing. Nor are we inclined to trust that there is any good awaiting us in our tomorrows. This evening, I want to encourage us to take the first steps into this discipline of forgetfulness. I want us to consider rising to the challenge of stepping over painful memories, stepping over them to prepare ourselves for something new, something that God is already doing, something we could see if we could get past our past and lean into God's future. Now, it is difficult to let go. Anytime we attempt something new, it feels strained and artificial before it becomes natural to us. But tonight, let's try. Let's try to let go of the painful past and toxic feelings that suffocate the present and keep us from waiting with great expectation the new that God is doing around us. With these thoughts on memory and forgetfulness, let us enter into this time of meditation and contemplation. Let us use these thoughts that will now appear on your screen as a springboard into exploring memories, stepping over them, and finding a way to engage the discipline of forgetfulness. What do you do with memories of the past? Do you savor them as wonderful times, or do you wish that time had never changed? Are there memories of the past that keep you from engaging the present with wonder and anticipating the future with hope? Is it time to do something with these memories? When circumstances forced you to let go of the past, like selling the family home place, how were you affected by that loss of place and time? Sometimes it is difficult to let go of the past. Until we are able to let go, we have to step over a hurt or regret to live in the present. Is there something in your past you need to step over so that you can live in the now? Our experiences in the past can prepare us to embrace the future. What is something you carry from your past that has proven invaluable for living in the present? When God says, "I am about to do something new," are you filled with anxiety or hope? It seems God is always pulling us from our past into the future. How willing are you to follow God into the future He has for you, leaving behind the past you know? And finally, a word of wisdom for the journey. There are memories we would be wise to leave in yesterday. There are memories we would do well to carry into tomorrow. Take the memories that inspire faith, hope, and love with you. Leave the rest behind. These are thoughts for the journey. Our word for this week is forgetfulness. I invite you into this discipline of forgetfulness that begins with stepping over the toxic memories and the hurtful feelings, so that we together may embrace the present and look with hopefulness into the future. For God is doing something new, something we never anticipated, something that will surprise us. So, until we meet again on the trail, may God bless you with His peace and His understanding.